Fiverr, we need to have a conversation. Now, I signed on to Fiverr maybe about 5 years ago. Never had a problem. And I would make a couple $100s a month. Not a lot of money, but it was decent, right? That was until the pandemic, when a lot of people were at home and decided to start businesses. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm not gonna go through a whole history of it, but basically I feel like Fiverr is on scam mode and I'm over it. All right, I'm gonna post what I've made in the earlier part of 2023, between 2022 and 2023, how much I made. Okay, that's product descriptions, that was some slight video editing, but for the most part, that was all copywriting based services that I offered. I also want to mention that this is not my primary source of income. I am a professional copywriter, and so a lot of my clients are retainer clients. I opened up a Fiverr account probably back in 2015. It wasn't until 2020, when we came into the pandemic, that more people were at home, had decided to start businesses, and they wanted product descriptions for their websites, like for their Etsy shops, for their Shopify pages, etc. Right? And so I figured this would be a great kind of low-hanging service that I could offer on Fiverr. Helping people, they were getting what they needed. It was a nice source of additional income. I want to mention that out the gate, Fiverr and their fees were ridiculous. Okay, so for every service that I offer to a client, Fiverr takes 20%. If the client, after I provide the services, decide they want to give me a tip, Fiverr takes 20% of your tip. Okay, biggest hustle in the game, right? After a while you're on Fiverr and you're making money, you'll notice that all of a sudden your traffic is starting to plateau. You're not understanding like what's going on. Then all of a sudden they'll introduce how you can promote your gigs. So you have to set up a budget, and every month you pay this money to have your gigs promoted, to get more clients. And usually, I would say honestly, from the first 2 clients, you make back your money. Then you start making some more money, and now there's also a seller's program. You get into this program, you still gotta pay a fee, but now you are able to reach even more potential clients. So let's fast forward to 2023. So 2023, which is that real big, there had been a buzz about AI for a long time, but in 2023, I felt like that's when it really took off, right? And so I had already expected to see a dip in the need for product descriptions because people were going to try to do it on their own AI. Some people, I didn't see as much, but again, it's not my primary source of income, so I'm not tripping. Here's what I'm tripping on now. So at the end of the year, 2023, beginning of 2024, Fiverr introduces this new metrics and the way that they will score your business. So I'm going to show you here where I have an average of a 4.9 on my end. On the customer end, I have a 5-star rating, right? That 5-star rating is the highest you could get at that time. Now, I've had over 200 reviews actually might be like 226. Out of those 226, I've had 1 negative review by a very rude and unprofessional client. And again, that's another video for another time of when to say no to people, when there are red flags that they are going to be an issue. With this new rating, somehow I went from a 5-star to an 8 out of 10, but no one can tell me why when I emailed them. They said that there are metrics on behind the system that we are not privy to. My response rate last month was 75%. I sent a message. I don't understand how my response rate is 75%, and I haven't had a client on Fiverr in well over 6 months. Who was I responding to? So on Thursday of this week, I received a notification that my response rate is now at 50% and my overall score rating is a 3 out of 10. Now, how do I have a 3 out of 10 and a 50% response rate when I have not taken on a project and I have not had anyone contact me about work? Again, I sent them a message and they just send me some canned responses from their website. What's going on? It's a hot mess. And for those of you who are freelancers, sellers on Fiverr, who uses as your primary source of income, what are you noticing? Because I'm done. It's a wrap for me. I'm gonna just head on out. I feel like they are deliberately hindering sellers to make money, especially those sellers who've been around for a while who made a lot of money on the platform. So let me know your thoughts in the comments.